We are your 11th grade counseling team.
It's that time of year that it's time for you to pick your course requests for your senior year.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Irving. I'm your counselor if your last name is A through G-R-A.
I'm Mrs. Knight, and I have students with last names G-R-E through P-E-A.
I'm Mrs. Prince, and I'm your counselor if your last name begins with P-E-B through Z. Okay, juniors, before we get started on picking out your classes, it's important that we review your academic requirements for graduation. In order to be a senior next year, that's probably what you're most worried about, you have to have at least 18 credits. But those credits are not easy to come by. You have to make sure you include all of the core required credits. That means so far you should have your English, Math, Science, and Social Studies. We'll talk about that again in a second. Along with your 2 semesters of PE, you have to have a fine art credit. Some examples of fine art include band, choir, art, floral design, and maybe a couple more. We also want for you to have 2 years of the same foreign language, and you have your endorsement pathway courses, which typically add up to about 5 or 6 credits in the same endorsement pathway. Remember, in order to graduate and meet all the requirements, you have to have all 26 required credits along with any other elective credits by the end of senior year, in addition to passing your EOC classes. Let's review your core courses in greater depth. You started off your 9th grade year all the way on the west side of campus taking English, Math, Science, and Social Studies. By the time you're finished with high school, you will have had 4 years of English, 4 years of Math, 4 years of Sciences, and 4 years of Social Studies. Some of you will have room in your schedule to take some extra electives, and we do encourage that you take extra Maths, extra Sciences, and so on. So, required courses, remember we have that full year of a fine art. You have to have 1 full credit in PE or athletics. You need to have 2 years in the same foreign language, along with your endorsement courses to earn your endorsement. Pathways are various, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And this will all add up to 26 required credits. Remember, 9th grade year, you had several STAR exams. You must pass all of your STAR tests to be a high school graduate in the state of Texas. Your STAR tests for 9th grade year were English 1, Algebra 1, and Biology. Sophomore year, you had the English 2 EOC. And this year, your junior year, you will be taking the U.S. History EOC to finally complete your EOC high school requirements. It's very important that each of you are staying on track for graduation. We are here to help you. So if you feel like you're behind on any of the academic requirements that we discussed, please reach out to your counselors. We look forward to helping you with all of your academic needs. Now I'm going to let Ms. Irving talk to you about your course options.
When you begin to make your course selections, you'll have options. For your English, you'll have options for English 4, AP English, On-Ramps English, or Dual Credit English 4. For your math, you'll have the following options: Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus, AQR, AP Calculus AB, AP Calculus BC, AP Statistics, On-Ramps Pre-Cal, and Dual Credit Pre-Cal. For your science, you will have the following options: Environmental Science, Chemistry 2 AP, Physics 2 AP, Biology 2 AP, Aquatic Science, Forensic Science, Anatomy, and Medical Microbiology. Social Studies choices include Government, AP Government, Economics, AP Economics, Dual Credit Government, and Dual Credit Economics. All AP exams are required for AP courses. Endorsements and career pathways. Each of you should have an endorsement, a clear endorsement by now. You'll be going into your senior year for your endorsement. Endorsements include Arts and Humanities, Public Service, Science, Business and Industries, and Multidisciplinary.
Now let's get to the part that we've all been waiting for, your senior year schedule. The goal of the district every year is to have you leave school at the end of May with your schedule for the next year. Today we will begin to implement course requests for the upcoming school year. When you get ready to choose your courses for next year, please make sure to do the following. Take the course request process seriously. That means we don't want you all picking random courses that you know you will not be interested in taking when you come back in the fall. Make sure that your courses are selected by the deadline. If there is a chance that we have students that have not selected courses, then your counselors will be forced to choose your classes for you. Remember that in most cases, what you choose is what you get, even alternates, so choose wisely. This year, Duncanville ISD has switched to a different program for course requests. The system is called Xello. Now, let's build your schedule. You will access Xello via Class Link, which means that you will use the same login when you log into your computer, and via Class Link you will find the icon for Xello. We will walk you through this process by clicking on the following video.
Xello's Course Planner helps you build out your high school courses to support your goals. Use it to make sure you're on track to graduate and receive any specializations or endorsements you need. When you're ready to get started, access Course Planner from your dashboard, the first page when you log into Xello. Once it's open, you'll see one column for each grade. Courses you've already taken and are taking now will already be in your plan. The upcoming year is highlighted, and you can plan future grades to support your education and career goals for after you graduate. Listed at the top of each column are that year's requirements for your high school diploma. Below those are the free periods you have available for the electives you choose. To begin filling out your course plan, pick a requirement to open all the course options available. Select a course name to see any prerequisites and future planning options. The green highlight will let you know you've already finished it in past years, are taking it now, or have selected it for later. Click Add beside the course you want to include in your plan. Then click the next course at the top of the page to view and select your remaining requirements and electives. Clicking Done will return you back to the planner page. Now you can see a bird's eye view of how all the courses you selected fit into your plan. If you see a blue icon next to the course name, there's more information you should know before taking the course. If you see a red alert, it means something needs to be fixed. Usually it's a missing prerequisite, but you can click on the icon for details. Check out the Diplomas and Specializations dropdown to make sure you're on track to meet your goals. When you've filled all your remaining credits, have no red alerts, and are happy with how your plan looks, click Ready to Submit. The locked symbol at the top of the upcoming year's column means you're done. Way to go! Your course plan is looking good.
A step-by-step guide will be available as well in our course request newsletter. So don't worry. If the video was a little too fast and you think that maybe you've missed some steps, you can always access our step-by-step guide in our course request newsletter. Some course request tips to keep in mind. As you go through the process, you will notice different alerts. Some courses require approval, such as band, different choirs, athletics, and practicum classes that you may be ready to take in your senior year. Be sure to choose 3 alternate electives in addition to your 8 courses. Some of the things that you guys have been waiting for the past 3 years have been being eligible for early release, late arrival, and office aid. Keep in mind that these courses are not courses that you will be able to pick. They require an application and counselor approval. You must be college, career, or military ready, TSI MET, or have SAT and ACT scores in the CMR range, or enlist in the military with ASVAB scores in order to be eligible for early release, late arrival, or office aid. As we go through the process, there will be an application for you to complete and turn into your counselor. The quickest way to contact your counselor and get a response is to reach out using the form online. It's a JOT form. If you do not get a response within 24 hours, politely email us again. We do not want you to think that we've forgotten about you. So please be patient, and we will be happy to help you and walk you through this process. The 11th grade counseling team, you can see our contacts here. Mrs. Irving has the first part of the alphabet, and you can see her email and extension. I am Mrs. Knight. I have the middle part, GRE through PEA. And Mrs. Prince has the last part of the alphabet, PEB through Z. We look forward to hearing from you.
Junior students and parents, it's been a pleasure helping you navigate the course request process. There's a little bit more information that we'd like to share with you, and now we're going to turn it over to our Go Center advisors as well as the dual credit team to tell you all about dual credit. Thank you so much. We look forward to hearing from you.
Howdy, I am Mr. Trevino, one of the Go Center advisors.
And I'm Ms. Brigette, one of the other Go Center advisors. We're here to help you plan out your post-graduation plans. A few topics we're going to talk about today are scholarships, ACT/SAT, Dallas County Promise, and FAFSA/TASFA. So to get started, we're going to transfer into scholarships. So as juniors, you can start filling out scholarships today. I know a lot of people wait until their senior year. However, we recommend creating a Going Merry account. So this is pretty much like a Facebook for scholarships, if you will. So you would go to goingmerry.com, create a profile, and after filling out some questions about yourself, such as the high school you attend, the GPA you have, and your family income, scholarships will populate on your account where you can start applying for them. We definitely recommend having a profile because then you do not have to search for millions on millions or through millions of scholarships. So with that being said, again, go to goingmerry.com and get started today. Another thing we want you all to know is starting this summer for scholarships is very crucial. A lot of the larger scholarships such as Gates and our College Board scholarships start this summer. What I mean by that is these scholarships have a lot of stages, which if you do not complete the first part of the stage, you cannot continue on with the scholarships, such as the Gates starts in July, and their first stage is submitting questionnaire by September 15th. However, if you wait until September, you might be a little late to the game. So definitely look into that starting this summer.
And in addition to that, if you're looking to go into the military academies or the ROTCs at senior military schools like West Point or Naval Academy or the Citadel in South Carolina, you're going to want to get a jump on that this summer because you need letters of recommendation from certain senators, congressional members, etc. So if that's up your alley, get a jump on that this summer.
And if you have any questions dealing with scholarships, we're here every day from 8:30 to about 4:30. So if you want to come by the Go Center or schedule an appointment with us, you can always do so by going on the DHS webpage and go to the Go Center tab to find our information. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. It is not too early nor too late to ever talk to us. Another topic we're going to jump into is Dallas County Promise. For those of you that don't know what this is a great program to have in the back of your mind when going into your senior year. So this summer, maybe go and start researching Dallas County Promise and see what it is. It's something we like to call a last dollar scholarship because after a school awards you your financial aid package, Dallas County Promise will come in and cover the rest of the cost of tuition that isn't covered by financial aid if you are a Promise Scholar at that school. There are a select number of schools that participate with Dallas County Promise. And if you have any questions on the eligibility requirements, again, come and talk to us or your counselors, and we'd be more than happy to answer those questions. There are a couple steps in the process to qualify to be a Promise Scholar. One is taking a non-binding pledge. What I mean by that is you can fulfill this pledge and the steps to follow to be considered a Promise Scholar. However, if at the end of the day you decide that you want to attend another university, or if you want to go to a trade school, military, or career after high school, that's okay. You are by no means obligated to go to that school that you pledged to. Again, if you have any questions, you can go to dallascountypromise.org or reach out to us and we can explain it then.
moving on from that, we have the ACT and SAT, the two college entrance exams for most high school seniors. Now, if it's good to have one of these tests on file already taken by the end of your junior year. You want to go into your senior year already having taken one of these tests, because if something happens where you're not able to take one of these tests and you need those scores for whatever reason, you'll have one of those scores as a backup. And there are, in some situations, ways to get free waivers for those if applicable. And you can find our test dates, all that good information on their respective websites. For the SAT, it's collegeboard.com. For the ACT, it's act.org. Of course, you're more than welcome to reach out to us or your counselors for information on these test sites, testing materials, and fee waivers.
Yes, and one thing I do want to emphasize, juniors, is although it might seem a little early to take your ACT or SAT, if you do not get the desirable score you want by the end of this year, you can study during the summer, and then when senior year comes along, you can take that test again, but it's best to get that test in. So now we're going to transition into financial aid. So there's FAFSA and TAFSA. There's certain eligibility requirements for FAFSA, and if you do not meet any of those requirements, then you can still fill out your TAFSA if you have lived in the state of Texas 36 consecutive months before applying to college. So with that being said, FAFSA is sometimes a little bit more complicated to figure out because it does involve tax documents. And as someone who was not very familiar with tax documents when I was in high school, it did take extra help. Usually it takes about 45 minutes to complete, but don't worry, FAFSA does not open until October 1st for you all. So you have time to ask questions, get that paperwork all situated, and be ready to fill that out. Just keep in mind that it's best if you fill out either your TAFSA or FAFSA as soon as possible, because the sooner you complete that application, the more money is guaranteed if you qualify for it. So if you wait until March or April to complete your FAFSA or TAFSA of your senior year, it might be a little late. So it's never too early to start planning, juniors. So please, if you have any questions, visit our web page on the Duncanville High School website under the Go Center tab to find our email, our Remind 101, and other contact information, as well as other resources. And we hope to hear from you all soon.